Hello friends, welcome to the Agriculture channel. So let us discuss different important questions which were asked in Assistant Soil Conservation Officer examinations, and this is the agriculture paper and paper 2, and this examination was conducted by Odisha Public Service Commission in 2025, and the number of questions will be 100 and each will carry 1 mark, so the maximum mark will be 100 and the time allowed, that is 1.5 hours. So let us come to the first question. So first one is, graded bonding is done in which soil? So as we see that there will be two types of bond. One will be contour bond, another will be graded bond. So contour bond is normally for you can say that for light soil, whereas the graded bond is majorly for heavy texture soil. So in this case the answer will be heavy texture soils. Contour bond are recommended for low rainfall area, that is about less than 600 millimeter. So low rainfall area will be the answer. Then coming to bench terraces are constructed at a slope of gradient of dash. So that is here majorly in case of you can say the R. Suresh book. So in this case the bench terrace, majorly the bench terrace is for 6 to 33% slope. So that means here the answer will be at a slope of how much gradient? It should be more than 5%. Then coming to scattered detached soil particles by the impact of raindrop. So here it is the soil, and when the raindrop will come and it will detach the soil particles. So this is called as the splash erosion. This is called as the splash erosion. Next, most popular measure of soil conservation adopted in India, it is about contour bonding. It is most popular. Then coming to reels with more than 30 centimeter depth are called as gullies, because reels then it will be called as gullies when the depth will be more than 30 centimeter. Then which one of the following soil particle is more erodibility? It has more erodibility because it is the silt one, because as you see the sand, it has the more heavier in nature, high weight is there, and with respect to clay, more cohesiveness between the clay particle is there. Hence the silt particles are most erodibility. Then coming to drought prone area program, it is about 1973. Then coming to which one of the following is suitable for stabilizing the small gullies? So it is about Bros Dam. Then with respect to National Forest Policy 1988, the area under forest cover, it should be 33%. Then restocking of failed or otherwise cleared woodland is called as a reforestation. And then a state with highest percentage of area under wasteland, it is Rajasthan. Then amendment used the amendment used for reclamation of alkali soil. Alkali soil means pH is very high, so in this case you should add gypsum. Then a short duration crop between two main crop, it is normally called as the catch crop. Then addition of organic matter to the soil, as you know that a porosity will increase, addition of organic matter, porosity will increase, ball density will decrease. So here the answer will be ball density. Crust formation is mostly found in the soils. Majorly we are saying the red soils, and red soils or black soils where some clay contents are there. But as in sandy soil, no finer particles are there, so there will be no crust formation. So in sandy soil, no finer particle or very negligible finer particles, so no crust formation. Finer particles or clay particles, so no. So answer will be the sandy soil. The next question, soil moisture characteristics curve can be developed by evaporimeter, because by means of evaporimeter you have to take that data. By means of evaporation process, you can see different points at what moisture content and what should be the there is soil moisture tension. You can calculate from the oven dry to, you can go up to saturation point. But other methods you cannot go for the oven dry condition. You cannot reach total curve. So soil moisture characteristics curve can be developed by evaporimeter. Then coming to broadbed furrow method, it is mostly suited for black soil. Nutrient that is lost mostly by leaching, it is about nitrogen, that is you know that nitrate form. that is mostly the nitrate form. It is by means of leaching loss nitrogen. So conversion of nitrogen from organic to inorganic. So organic to inorganic, it will be the mineralization process. Then crop grown for food, fodder and green manure is about the cowpea for soil conservation of purpose, as it will, as it is a, it acts as a cover crop, and it is a leguminous crop. It will tightly hold the soil particles and conserve the soil. Then next, coming to 100 kg of nitrogen is required and we have to apply urea. So it will be 100 into 2.17, so it will be 217 kg urea is required. Then over the years the contribution of agriculture GDP is obviously it is decreasing. So if you'll see the during the time of 1950s, it was more than 50% contribution was there, and now it is decreasing up to 15%. Then coming to ICR is a which institute? It is basic majority. It is a registered society. As you know that ICR initially it was Imperial Institute, and this is under Society Registration Act. It is a registered society. Rather, education institute or research institute. The proper answer will be the ICR body. ICR body, you see the ICR body, it is a registered society. Then coming to 1 cusic, it is about 28.32 liter. Then bulk density is more in case of sandy soil because of less porosity. So you know that porosity is inversely proportional to bulk density. So in sandy soil porosity is very less and bulk density will be very high. Then lines connecting the areas receiving equal rainfalls are called as isohyets. Then reclamation of sodic soil, as you know that sodic soils means the clay contains the sodium ions, so you have to add some gypsum. So the calcium will replace the sodium, and now the sodium will attach with the sodium sulfate, and by means of application of water, this sodium sulfate will be leached downward. So reclamation of sodic soil is done by application of gypsum followed by leaching. Then most drought tolerant cereal crop, it is sorghum. Then total geographical area of India is 328 million hectare. Then Wallam Tari is located in Hyderabad. That is it is a water and land management institute. It is located at Hyderabad. Then component of precision farming, that store, retrieve, update and analysis the data. It is with respect to the geographic information system, that is GIS part. Hence GIS is also known as the brain of the, it is also known as the brain of remote sensing, brain of precision farming, brain of precision farming, GIS, as it will work major function, that is store, retrieve, update and analyze. Then a remote sensing project for creating digital inventory for horticultural crops by using the geoinformatics, it is Chaman. Then following is a major disease during the nursery stage, it is damping of disease. Liquid fertilizer suitable for fertigation. So basically anhydrous ammonia is a liquid fertilizer, but it is not majorly used because of high concentration. So the answer will be calcium ammonium phosphate. Then scorching of young plants is a major problem in case of fertigation, because whenever you are going for fertigation, you are adding fertilizer to the water. So if the fertilizer content will increase, then there will be chances of reverse osmosis and scorching of the plants will be there. So it is a major problem with respect to fertigation. Following is an effective solubilizer used for cleaning the drip irrigation. So basically we are using the hydrochloric acid for cleaning the drip irrigation. Then the first high-tech horticulture practice in India is brought under dash. So basically the proper answer, it is, I am unable to find out it, but maybe the fossil will be the answer, because this is a platform. This is the platform where the first high-tech horticulture practice in India was provided. This is the fossil is the platform. Then next, coming to GI, because you can see, because in this case both Netherlands as well as the Israel, both are related to the high-tech horticulture practice. So might be the fossil platform, it will give the chance of fast high-tech horticulture practice in India. Then coming to GIS, best pruning system, it is established in which of the following crop? It is with respect to the tea. Then high pressure fogger produces droplet size of, as you know that high pressure, that means the droplet size will decrease to 10 micron. Then micrografting technique is majorly exploited to produce virus-free plants. Micrografting, so it is about citrus plant. Then Indian Institute of Remote Sensing is located in the Dehradun region. Most commonly found disease in high density planting of banana, it is about Sigatoka leaf spot. Then snogs and snails are severe problem in greenhouse cultivation in case of tomato, but might be in case of tulip also, but most probably it will be tomato. You can check it. Then next coming to cucumber varieties suitable for protected cultivation. So basically the parthenocarpic varieties majorly used for the protected cultivation. Then coming to the following, which is a partially decomposed media used for container cultivation. It is about peat. Then type of tomatoes suitable for greenhouse cultivation, majorly indeterminate tomato is grown. Then fast horticultural crops introduced for space cultivation, it is about lettuce. Then leading state in protected cultivation in India is Maharashtra. The minimum number of satellites required to operate GPS system, it is about 24. As you know that there will be 6 coordinate will be there, and each coordinate 4 satellite will be the present, so 24. Brain of the precision farming is GIS, because it will collect, it will utilize, and it will analyze the data majorly. So it is the brain of the precision farming. Then coming to which one of the following decision support is a precision farming? So it is a decision support system that is nutrient export. Then coming to forestry intended to meet the requirement of local people, is by the people and for the people, it is social forestry. Aftercare forestry is called as the tending operation. And we can go for water binding mechanism of drought tolerance is present in case of bear, because out of all these 4 options, bear is the most drought tolerance, and it is requiring least amount of water. So the answer will be the bear. Then cutting back the ground of trees to ground level is normally it is called as the coppicing. Then coming to in tree based, so here the tree, so you are cut at the ground level, so new will be generated, so this is called as a coppicing. Then in tree based system, complementary interaction between legumes and non-legumes, it is anidation. And suitable for agroforestry systems for arable land, it is arable land, so in this case you can go for agri-horti system, because silvipasture it is non-arable land, hortipastural it is also non-arable land, and timothy also non-arable land. The type of tree crop interaction where output or yields are independent, they are not dependent upon others, so this is called a supplementary interaction. The National Wasteland Development Board was created during the time period of P.V. Narasimha Rao. Then coming to growing of black pepper as creeper on the coconut, so it is called as companion crop. Then the species which is frost and drought hardy, most used for soil conservation practices, so it is sesbania. It is leguminous one, and it is also drought hardy and mostly used for soil conservation practices. Then coming to kernel powder used for textile and jute industry, it is tamarind. Then pH of the forest soil is basically acidic because of the leaching of the bases. So the pH of the forest soil will decrease and it becomes acidic. Then coming to semi-arid zones, have moisture index of -33.3 to -66.6. Then dryland soils are usually deficient in case of nitrogen. But majorly dryland soils are deficient in most of the other nutrients also, but usually it is deficient with respect to nitrogen. Then bench terracing is practiced in areas of 16 to 33%. Then soil crust is mostly occur in case of red soil. So if the velocity of the flowing water is doubled, then eroding power increase to 4 times. uh, Implement used for forming soil mulch, it is about blade harrow. And the first stage of movement of soil particles in wind erosion, that is saltation, which will contribute about 55 to 72% of wind erosion. And a delay in the onset of monsoon in dryland agriculture calls for crop substitutions. So as it is, you can see here, delay in onset of monsoon. So if you are, suppose I will say I want to grow rice in case of dryland area, but monsoon is delayed. So in case of rice, I will take another crop which will be short duration crop. So in this case, if delay in the onset of monsoon will be there, then I can go for the crop substitution. Then mulch, which is more effective but costly, that is plastic mulch. And Krida is situated at Hyderabad. Growing of crops in shelter belt areas is beneficial when grown in leeward side, because as you know that if this is the shelter belt and this is the leeward side, you can grow the, this is leeward side and the wind coming from windward side. So you have to grow the crops on the leeward side. Then soil crust mainly affects the germination, as you know that. So whenever the, in case of red soil, whenever a soil crust will be there, whenever a soil crust formation will be there, by means of the fine soil particles, by means of the fine soil particles, it is very much difficult to enter the water into the soil profile. It is very much difficult to enter water into the soil profile. So germination will be affected, because for germination the seed should imbibe water from the soil, should imbibe water from the soil. But as water will not infiltrate into the soil because of the soil crust, so germination process will be affected. The next, the main cropping season for black soil. As you know that with at the time of monsoon, the black soils are not suitable for cultivation. So post monsoon is the best one for taking the main crop season. Then next question, uniform removal of the soil in thin layer in case of water erosion, it is sheet erosion. Then coming to universal soil loss equation was given by Weismeier and Smith, as you know that. So the answer will be Weismeier. Which of the following is used as chemical mulch? Majorly atrazine uses chemical mulch. The ideal Rabi crop for raising in saline alkaline soil. So this is an ambiguity. So it might be safflower, mustard, or sorghum. In all these cases, they can be grown in saline and alkaline soil. So if you are having answer with evidence, then you can share in the comment section. Most probably mustard or safflower, there will be, might be one. Then shallow red soils are suitable for dry land crops. So as you know, the dryland areas you can only go for the kharif season cultivation. So shallow red soils are suitable for kharif, for dryland crops in kharif. Then uncontrolled gully results in ravines. Then thinning of the plant population has significant influence in case of drought year. As drought year is there, so in there will be, you have to go for thinning of the plant population so that you can utilize the amount of water which is already present in the soil system to get a good amount of yield. The minimum size of the farm pond suggested in 1 hectare of catchment area, it is about 250 meter cube. Then the land over which the rain falls and flows out of the area through a single outlet is called as a watershed. And split application of nitrogen is recommended for dryland farming during the kharif season, because in other seasons you cannot get enough water to go for split application. So in the kharif season you can go for split application. Then micronutrient mostly deficient in dryland areas, it is basically the zinc. Then agronomical measure soil conservation, there is strip cropping is the agronomical measures, because other three are mechanical measures. Then coming to contour cultivation. Contour cultivation is the agronomic measures of soil conservation. Then mulch, which is cheap and natural, it is organic mulch, which is cheap and it is natural. And then you can go for the system of growing trees, along with the grasses. So it is called a silvipastoral. Then coming to cultivation of crops in regions where annual rainfall is more than 750. As you know that less than 750 it is dry farming, more than 750 it is rain-fed farming. Then average annual rainfall in India is about 1192 millimeter. So in this case you can see one it will be on 800 millimeter, less than it is dry farming, more than 800 millimeter it is rain-fed farming. So here the answer will be rain-fed farming, and it is 1192 millimeter. Rattuning is most practiced in case of sorghum, and extreme form of minimum tillage where primary tillage is completely avoided and secondary tillage is restricted to crop row zone only. So in this case you are going for conservation tillage. Then aridity is the description of the dryness. So extent of the dryness is given by the aridity index. Then next, optimum thickness of low density polyethylene film for lining of water pond, it is about 200 to 250 micron. Then coming about Kajri, it is about Rajasthan Jodhpur. And the last one is which process the first affected under the moisture condition. This one is the cell division and cell elongation process. So this is the answers with respect to the